Heroes Among Us is proudly presented by Paramount Builders. CBS 6 News at 7:30 starts now.
We saw flood and tornado watches across Virginia as Debbie moved through the area. Good evening, and thank you for joining us here at 7:30. I'm Bill Fitzgerald. Let's send it over to meteorologist Julie Watkins for a first look at the upcoming weekend. Julie?
All right, and that system is well to the north of us, so we're really drying our skies out for a lot of us. So we are seeing some mostly sunny skies still at this hour, but clouds will continuously build into the area. 85, but it feels like 94. So in Debbie's wake, we're still left with a lot of humidity. So these temperatures feeling very steamy out there at this hour. And this trend is going to continue into the first half of the weekend, but we do have some relief on the way. I want to point out, though, that we've got a couple of cold fronts now to get through. These are rather on the weak side. So normally when a storm moves through the area, it really helps to suck out a lot of the moisture in the atmosphere, but we still are tracking just a few showers and thunderstorms, a little bit bigger as we get to the northern neck, Tappahannock, and all this is actually pushing to the southeast, so we can expect areas right around Lancaster County to possibly see a shower or thunderstorm, but we'll keep those chances pretty elevated through tonight, and then another cold front for the weekend. That's going to give us some relief. So temperatures right now mainly in the 80s, but feeling like the 90s. We'll talk about these dew points and the mugginess in the complete forecast.
The impacts of Tropical Storm Debbie were felt right here at home. Heavy rains caused flooding in parts of the state, while strong winds brought trees down. Our Maggie Marshall spoke to residents of one Caroline County neighborhood who are picking up the pieces after Debbie tore through the area.
Neighbors at this Lake Caroline neighborhood tell me it's truly a miracle that no one was hurt, especially when homes look like this behind me. Trees completely uprooted, and dozens of other trees have completely collapsed in the storm's path. Even trees coming crashing down onto homes. But despite all of this, neighbors are coming together to help one another. They are trying to find any ounce of hope despite this devastation. In a wooded neighborhood along Lake Caroline, the hum of people hard at work replaced the serene sounds of nature by the water, because the remnants of Tropical Storm Debbie tore through the neighborhood, leaving homes uninhabitable for 10 families and dozens of other homes damaged by debris. From professionals to amateurs.
Hands open. Feel good? Good job.
Everyone had a hand in cleaning up the aftermath Friday.
So what I want you guys to focus on, both of you, as well, is just go ahead and pick any large sticks that you see, bring them to the blue tarp, okay?
For George Schaffstall, he recruited help to take part in the cleanup of his yard and his neighbors.
When times like this happen, you got to roll your sleeves up and you got to just get the job done. There is no questions.
He believes he is one of the lucky ones.
Well, we just have a large, probably a 75-foot tree. I think a white oak decided to just uproot right in his front yard.
Because his family experienced limited damage.
And it came crashing down. Unfortunately, it took out most of his corner of his house, shattered his windows. It came through and crushed my fence, but that's the least of my problems. I've still got a tree in the backyard that's crushed through another section of fence.
Schaffstall is trying to speed up his cleanup so he can turn his attention, like many others, to helping those whose streets and homes look unrecognizable.
Well, it's very comforting to know that many people want to come out and reach out. That in a place like this, in a community like this, you never know who's dealing with what issue. Immediate feet on the floor, going out into the bout.
While the storm shook up many lives with destruction, officials say no one was hurt.
No injuries is a good problem. Sticks and stones can be picked up. It's for the best benefit of a bad situation. With no injuries, that's all you can hope for.
Gatorade and snacks in there, so help yourself.
Which is why Schaffstall and many others in Caroline County are working together.
Good job. Very good job.
And turning to optimism to teach their children and those outside the county just how caring this community is.
You know, you say godlike encounters, all you can do is make the best of it.
Well, officials say that many of the Lake Caroline neighborhood streets will be reopened after crews have worked around the clock on Friday. But streets like this behind me, they say, could take weeks or months to be fully repaired. In Caroline County, I'm Maggie Marshall, CBS 6 News.
Richmond man's car was totaled while it was parked in his own driveway. That's because a huge branch fell on top of it from a tree owned by the city. And the man told investigative reporter Tyler Lane it hasn't been easy getting help.
It was the most bizarre thing.
Brian Knuckles had just moved into his Highland Park home when the city tree right in front of his property gave him an unpleasant welcoming.
And you can see from right here, the branch fell straight here. This is where our car was parked.
He usually did not park under the tree because neighbors told him not to.
We had been warned by 3 or 4 people on this street that it was a hazard.
But he says he was briefly unloading groceries at the time and thought it'd be fine. It wasn't. A huge, heavy branch broke off.
And it fell directly on our car, crushed the frame, went through the dash and the headboard of our car into the aircon system, broke the engine mount, and totaled the vehicle.
But he felt this could have been avoided had the tree been better maintained.
You could pan straight up and see where all of the live branches are coming out, and then these are dying over here, these are dying over here, and this in the middle, about 2/3 of the way up, is just dead.
While Knuckles acknowledges he is not an arborist, he says he did have an expert examine the tree.
He recommended that it be cut, at least the parts that were obviously dead, immediately. And we informed him that we didn't own that tree, that it's on city property. And he said, that's a shame.
Knuckles says he called Richmond to alert them of the damage the tree caused and to request an assessment by a city arborist.
Richmond City also doesn't make it easy. We had to spend an hour on the phone with various groups, 311. You need to call this group. We call that group. We call this group. We finally got to the arborists who gave us a number and a year-long wait. So
why did they say it would take a year?
They said it was a matter of the seasons, a matter of the amount of workload they have.
Now, if these concerns sound familiar, it's because residents in other parts of the city have also voiced frustration about a perceived lack of tree maintenance.
My biggest concern is the city taking care of their property just like I had to take care of my property.
It's like emotional. We love these trees. So tending to them and caring for them would be really, I think, the best thing that we could do.
For Knuckles, he believes waiting a year for action could put safety at risk.
I love trees. I love that we have these heritage trees here, except when they're a danger.
We checked with the city of Richmond, and they say they performed an assessment of the tree within a week of Knuckles' call, and they've updated his service request with the code that indicates a contract removal. Now, Knuckles does not know when work is scheduled to begin, but the city says that wait times can depend on the prioritization of public safety, and they recommend anybody with concerns about city trees to submit a service request through 311. In Richmond, I'm Tyler Lane, CBS 6 News.
After 50 years, a state-run hospital in Dinwiddie County that houses some of the Commonwealth's most mentally and physically vulnerable is shutting down. And as CBS 6's senior reporter Wayne Koval explains, the news has taken family members of those patients by surprise.
What do you start doing today?
Pray.
You see that bird?
For Martha Bryant,
It's very alarming. It's very worrisome.
a phone call Friday morning
An 804 number,
she didn't expect.
and this scripted person from central office read me the script, what they wanted to say.
In simple terms, Hiram W. Davis Medical Center is closing.
I've lived the process, and it's been a nightmare, and it sounds like a new nightmare has begun.
A little blue truck is on the road.
In June of this year, CBS 6's Melissa Hippolyte introduced us to Taylor Bryant.
Taylor's a precious child of God, and we chose life for him.
The 30-year-old has a cognitive level of a 15-month-old child, and for the past 7 years has lived and been cared for inside Hiram Davis Medical Center. Built in 1974 as a 94-bed facility, as of August 6, 2024, it had 46 patients. It is Dinwiddie County's 11th largest employer.
Currently, the hospital employs around 200 people.
But since it opened 50 years ago, Hiram Davis has not undergone any major renovations in its history. And as for the closure notification,
no, the county was not notified of this closing.
The state says the closure process will take 1 to 2 years.
See what we see when we change the flap.
But for Martha Bryan, that time frame is skewed.
When people hear that something's closing, your employees start to leave. And when your employees leave, then they say, oh, we have a staffing shortage and you've got to move. And they'll change the deadline and it'll be sooner.
Dinwiddie County says they will coordinate with the Virginia Employment Commission and their rapid response team to help the affected employees find new jobs. The state says given the current condition of Hiram Davis Medical Center, it would require extensive renovation and repairs. And because of the way the building is designed, that cannot be done in phases. So their best option is to close the facility. Wayne Koval, CBS 6 News.
It's been almost a year since a Chesterfield fire captain was killed in a car crash while on his way to the job he loved. This weekend, family members, friends, and colleagues will set out on foot to pay tribute to the man they lost. Our Jake Burns has the story.
I have a saying that I like to use that we all fluently speak the language of pain.
Kenny Mitchell knows Sunday will be hard. It marks 1 year since he got the call.
A special guy.
His longtime friend and fellow firefighter, Captain Jason Ware, was killed in a crash while driving to work at Chesterfield Fire Station 1 on August 11th last year.
I went and sat on my porch from 6:30 a.m. until about 11:30 a.m. and I could get the nerve up to go to Company 1 to figure out what was going on. It just struck me like lightning, to be honest. I hate to sound dramatic, but him and I had spoke. I got it on my phone still 9 hours before he was killed.
Remembered as a caring, passionate leader within the fire department, Mitchell says Captain Ware deeply cared about Chester, the community he served for much of his 20-year career, particularly getting to know the people he served.
I mean, you would be shocked at the houses we'd go to, and 4 or 5 weeks earlier they were at the station doing a tour, and now they're having a medical problem or a fire problem. And that's what he loved about serving the community.
Saturday, Mitchell and others will honor Captain Ware with a memorial walk and event at 3 Leg Run Brewery in Chester. Money raised will go toward Ware's wife and 2 daughters.
And we're going to go right behind here where he used to love to run and jog, and we're going to walk and run and jog and talk, and there'll be some tears and some smiles and some hugs. We're going to come back here to 3 Leg Run. We're going to have some lunch. Proceeds go towards the family, and we're just going to try to smile and remember him.
Part of smiling, Mitchell says, is about being together through the hurt.
And when you get together people who have been through hard things, you get stronger. And I want people to leave this event not only knowing about Jason and the kind of man he was, I want them to know there's people in their corner now, inner circle people who they didn't know before this. They can call them when life gets hard.
Everyone's meeting up here in the parking lot at 3 Leg Run Brewery just off Route 10 here in Chester. They'll meet up here at 10 o'clock on Saturday. And as you heard, everyone is welcome and invited to come on out. Reporting in Chesterfield, Jake Burns, CBS 6.
Still ahead on the news at 7:30, learning life skills through bike skills, and organizations encouraging girls and women of all ages take a journey that's more than about racking up miles. Our Joy Foltz will tell us how it's helping people build confidence on and off their bike.
What's a mafia capo doing in Tulsa?
It's very complicated. I assume you don't have Chianti.
You assume correctly. You gonna tell me what's going on?
The less you know, the better.
Don't leave town, Mr. Manfredi.
Who would leave this paradise?
Trying to show me up?
I show you up by showing up.
Tulsa King, Season 1, Sunday after 60 Minutes on CBS. And Season 2 premieres September 15th on Paramount+.
Motorcycle accidents happen fast. The effect on your life can be devastating.
I wasn't going to take a chance on my future.
I needed a lawyer who fights for bikers' rights.
Motorcycle law is complicated, and you'll need somebody who knows motorcycle law, a name the insurance companies know all too well.
A lawyer with the power to get you more.
They got me way more than I thought I'd get.
Tell them you mean business. Call 1-800-WIN-WIN-1. Marks and Harrison.
400 laps for one weekend in August. Richmond,
becomes the center of the NASCAR world.
Here on the 3/4 mile, Richmond Race.
The lights get brighter, the stakes get higher, the thrills get bigger, and so does the best weekend of your summer.
Busher is gone like a rocket. Home track win for Hamlin.
That's how you win a race, team.
NASCAR weekend at Richmond Raceway. Get your tickets now at richmondraceway.com.
Hi, Will Nichols, Crossroads Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. You know, Crossroads is known for finding innovative and creative ways to get things done. And during our Make This a Summer event, I'm going all out to make sure that you get the deal that saves you thousands. This is the perfect time to take advantage of some of the largest discounts that I've had all year, like a new Charge with as much as $7,700 off, or a new Ram 1500 with as much as $17,100 off. And when it comes to buying a new car, I know you have many options. That's why I'll never take it for granted when you choose Crossroads. So come on by and don't tell me what you can't do, just tell me what you can do.
Mother Nature can be mean, but our generator from Woodfin is nice.
Be prepared for the next power outage with a whole home generator from Woodfin, your home team. One call to Woodfin takes care of everything. Plus, we'll be here to maintain your generator for years to come.
Woodfin, your home team. Now that's a faithful friend.
Woodfin. CBS 6 Sky Tracker is sponsored by Window World.
Gaining confidence on two wheels, an organization for girls and women of all ages, is helping riders learn about themselves, their bikes, and their community. Our Joy Foltz tells us about Girls in Gear.
I love it because it gives me a sense of independence. I feel fearless.
From the moment Hannah Keenhold straps on her helmet and hops on her bike.
Now we're ready to ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's excited. I am. The Fredericksburg native and avid bike riding enthusiast embarks on a journey she says is sure to bring her joy.
I feel like it's hard for me to be sad while riding a bike.
Beginning to ride just 4 years ago, she says this form of exercise has helped her both physically and mentally.
Bikes are our entryway into tapping into your feelings and trying new things, even when they're scary.
So when she found an organization that helps young girls do the same, she was eager to be a part of it.
And that is what Girls in Gear is all about, is teaching girls that they are resilient, they can go out there and do what they set their mind out to.
Girls in Gear is a national organization where girls starting at the age of 5 gather together to learn about life, leadership, and their community, all while having fun and riding bikes.
So each day is a different lesson, like teaching resilience, making friends, sisterhood, and what it means to them.
Keenhold serves as the program director for the Eastern Virginia chapter.
And I have had my own falls as an adult on a bike, and it's not easy getting back up. So when you kind of model that to the kids and just share with them your experience, I really feel that it makes a difference in their lives.
She says they welcome girls and young women of all experience levels.
There's a no questions asked policy, so anybody can ride with us. You can pay as much as you can or as much as you are able to afford.
Meeting once a week, they will provide the bikes, helmets, and of course, teach you how to ride.
So the first thing I always check for is if my tire pressure is good. You want to check your seat height. We'll hold the back, and then we let them go.
But the group is now in need of volunteers for their upcoming sessions that start in September.
The volunteers are our backbone. Being a coach with Girls in Gear, you don't have to have any bike experience. All you have to do is bring your best and most dynamic self, and we'll provide the rest.
And if you can't donate your time but still want to help, Keenhold says they are always in need of gear.
We're always willing to take gently used bikes, helmets, any bike tools.
So if you're hoping to donate or volunteer, you can reach out to Hannah directly, and we'll have her email listed on our website at WTVR.com. In Richmond, I'm Joy Foltz for CBS 6 News.
And Debbie is pretty much out here, but we are tracking another frontal system, and that means that we've got a chance of some thunderstorms going into the overnight hours. I'll let you know how long that chance is going to stick around coming up in the forecast next.
Doppler Max 6 is sponsored by the law firm of Allen & Allen. The injury attorneys of Allen & Allen are here to fight for compensation for your injuries. Visit allenandallen.com.
When you talk about what you do, they're either going to have the glazed over look on their face, or you're going to have the ones that go, really? Are you kidding me? the hobby is so important because it's a world which you always can tinker with.
The best thing to equate it to is taking gymnastics, dance, putting it in the water to make a routine.
We're so lucky to have our coach who's been swimming since 1968.
Labor Day mattress deals are happening now at Ashley. Save up to $1,200 on select mattress purchases. Plus, get 0% interest for 5 years on in-store purchases. With the best mattress brands under one roof, Ashley has you and your sleep covered. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you.
Current competitive owners can get $1,500 cash allowance on all 2024 Blazer EV models. Plus, get $7,500 Ultium Promise bonus cash when you purchase. See your Heart of Virginia Chevy dealers.
For real casino gaming, there's no place like Rivers Casino Portsmouth. Vegas-style gaming, just a short drive from Richmond. Play over 1,400 of today's hottest slot machines, like Dragon Link, Ultimate Fire Link, Buffalo, and more of your favorites. And live and electronic table games, like Blackjack, Baccarat, and 3-card poker. Rivers Casino is your favorite new destination for dining, concerts, and entertainment. So come play today. It's time to get real at Rivers Casino Portsmouth.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. We are professional grade. GMC.
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So here,
from design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com to learn more about no interest, no payments for 12 months.
The exclusive limited release. All the newest, most advanced Tempur-Pedics. Tempur-Pedic Advanced. Immersive wireless surround sound. Relaxing wave massage. Auto snore response. Breakthrough science. Deepest sleep. Double-stacked Tempur-engineered coils. 30% more advanced Tempur-conforming support. Advanced Ergo Adapt. Pressure relief from aches and pain. New Tempur technologies. Continuously cools and ventilates. Exclusive limited release. Unrepeatable savings. Free financing. Free white glove delivery. And stay cool with free Yetis. Exclusive limited release weekend of the newest Tempur-Pedic Advanced at Hanes.
And the weather is looking really good for a lot of us across the area. Can't say it feels all that great, though. Still a lot of humidity, but at least we are seeing a fair amount of sunshine out there. So temperature 85, but it feels like about 94. Humidity still going to be a problem going into tomorrow. Actual high, we made it to about 86. Normal's about 88. And in terms of rain, of course, we've seen our fair share of it, especially in some of the pockets across Central Virginia because of Debbie. So we're watching out for the risk of some flooding that is likely to happen right around Richmond and on back towards Goochland, just along the James River, as it will be right around flood stage going into the afternoon on Saturday, but then quickly subsiding by early Sunday morning. But just keep that in mind that the river is going to be quite elevated, and that includes portions of Chesterfield County back through Goochland and even Powhatan. Rainfall amounts, you can see how heavy they were well west of I-95. Talking about rainfall totals over 5 inches. Some localized areas picked up 7, 8 inches on average, about 2 to 4. Downtown Richmond, of course, we didn't see a whole lot, less than an inch there, but then we go northern sections of the state, and even along the Hampton Roads area got a good soaking there. So there are still some flood watches in effect for the Hampton Roads region. So now that Debbie is gone, we're dealing with a cold front, and with that instability could come a few thunderstorms, and that potential is going to be from today or from as of right now until about midnight tonight. Already seeing a few of those thunderstorms right around the northern neck, and they're pushing to the southeast, so areas right around Lancaster, Eastern Shore, you can expect to see a shower or thunderstorm here. So we've got this cold front, slow mover, and then another cold front. This is going to make a huge difference in terms of the muggy conditions out there. It'll feel so much better before the weekend is over, but both of these cold fronts are slow movers, so they're pretty much going to get hung up, and with that, it'll keep in a chance of a shower or thunderstorm through the day Saturday and Sunday, but otherwise I think the majority of us will stay dry both those days because we don't have a lot of moisture that's kind of lingering in the atmosphere. Debbie took most of it out and is now well to the north north of us continuing to push across Canada. So we are looking at least big improvements when we go into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and you're going to feel the difference when you step outdoors. Those are the days that you'll probably be able to open up the windows and allow for some fresh air to circulate. 80s as of right now. We're looking at upper 70s for tonight, and then another round of 80-degree weather for tomorrow. But keep in mind, with that humidity, it's still going to feel like the mid-90s, even some upper 90s as we get towards Petersburg, Wakefield, and Emporia, feeling about 96 to 97. And then on Sunday, looking at a high right around 86 degrees. Not only will the temperatures come down, but that feels like temperature will also be especially far down. So we are looking at mostly to partly sunny skies for our Saturday. Small chance of a shower or thunderstorm, but if you're headed to the beach, just keep in mind we have a moderate risk of some rip currents. Temperatures will be slightly cooler on Sunday at 83. But let's check out that next 7-day forecast as we'll be hovering in the 80s for much of the work week and looking at a few showers and thunderstorms to take us.
Molina Healthcare believes that every child should have the opportunity.
Sponsor of CBS 6's Read and Succeed.
I just feel like the Richmond City Sheriff's Office would be a great place to start out because you can grow. Here I started off as a deputy, then I became a corporal, now I'm a sergeant. I love what I do because I love helping people and I love keeping them safe. Come join our team at the Richmond City Sheriff's Office.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your Richmond GMC Elite dealer.
About your accident, we have something for you. Just tap here. We know the amount seems low, but this is what your case is worth. Just click here. We understand you can't work. Click the bottom. You want more. You called a lawyer. The law firm of Marks and Harrison. You weren't gonna click that, were you?
Tell the insurance company you mean business. Call 1-800-WIN-WIN-1. Marks and Harrison right now.
Don't miss live thoroughbred horse racing at Colonial Downs Racetrack starting at 1:30 p.m. on Thursdays and Saturdays and 4:30 p.m. each Friday. Open to all ages. Get your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com.
30, here's a final look at your weather.
Gibbs, brought to you by Virginia Credit Union. We got you.